Mr. Rajesh Nath, from BDNA, Mr. Dimitri Krishnan, President of Indian Construction Equipment Manufacturers Association, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the Indian visitors had a great Diwali. I am deeply honored to be here and speak at this event aimed at promoting collaboration between Indian and European companies. Friends, I am happy that after close to 3 years, after the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, we are all able to meet finally in person. I would take this opportunity to talk about 3 things. First, the inflection point or Zeitenwende. Second, the clarion call of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, to transform India into a developed country by 2047. And third, the importance of building a sustainable and greener future by promoting trade, technology and innovation among Indian companies and European partners, especially from Germany. Distinguished guests, when the global economy was still recovering from a sharp downturn caused by COVID-19, we have been confronted by the challenge of conflict in Ukraine. For the last several months, there have been uncertainty about energy supplies. Uncertainty about supply has meant that energy prices have risen. With the rise of energy prices, the cost of production and cost of doing business has shot up. Inputs in manufacturing processes like steel, semiconductors, etc. have been dearer and face supply-side bottlenecks. The fear of economic difficulty has reduced consumer spending, making people save for the cold winter ahead. And that is something you see in newspapers everywhere. Now, developing countries are facing food shortages and people across the world are tackling unprecedented inflation. Amidst this, the news from India is of optimism and confidence. In 2021, India's GDP grew at 8.7%. In the first quarter, as Mr. Nath mentioned, India's economy grew at 13.5%. India is the 5th largest economy today and is aiming to become a $5 trillion economy by 2025. And this rise from the 10th to the 5th has occurred in the last 7 years. There are predictions that at the current rate of growth, we would become the world's 3rd largest economy before the close of the decade. Companies and exhibitors from India will talk a lot more about this in their private conversations with you. My simple message is that we should not put all our eggs in one basket. To build resilient supply chains, India and Germany can work together. And there is no better place to do it than in Bayern, the economic powerhouse of Deutschland. Friends, India had recently celebrated the milestone of 75 years of its independence. On this historic occasion, the Prime Minister of India gave a clarion call to transform India into a developed country by 2047. Now, the journey from India of today to a developed country in a span of 25 years isn't going to be easy. It will require big goals. It will mean raising the standards and working long hours to strive towards realization of dreams. Every single Indian company present here has its work cut out. It will have to hit sixes, not just of the last 2 balls of the penultimate over, but every time it does business. The Government of India is working constantly to be an enabler. Whether it is ease of doing business or one of the lowest corporate tax rate for a large economy, to make the entire country into one tax regime through the goods and services tax or labor reforms. There is real and visible change in the business environment. We launched projects like Sagarmala and Bharatmala to improve logistics, connectivity, and to ensure systematic infrastructure development. We endeavored to expedite the work of dedicated freight corridors. Today, the total capacity of Indian ports has increased significantly. The average turnaround time of container vessels has come down from 44 hours to 26 hours. But more is being done as it is a strategic priority for the government. Many new waterways are also being built in the country so that we can carry out eco-friendly and cost-effective transportation. About 40 air cargo terminals have also been built. A national logistics policy was recently unveiled to address the challenge of last mile delivery and delays in transportation of goods. Distinguished guests, there are clear and visible opportunities as there is a strong commitment to elevate the infrastructure to world standards. 26 green express highways are planned to be built over the next 3 years. Even as COVID-19 was causing lockdowns, coal mines were auctioned for commercial mining by private companies. This was the first time ever that this took place. It shows the opportunity for private capital. The bidding is done in a transparent manner and provides a level playing field to foreign companies through 100% FDI under the automatic route. The government has also decided to privatize 60 coal mines. Opening of this sector provides tremendous opportunities for all of you present here. Friends, we cannot become a developed country unless we build a network of roads. That is why we are seeking to build about 60,000 kilometers of national highway over the next 2 years. Asset monetization, BOT, PPP models help finance the road construction. A major problem is that 60% of traffic is on national highways, which constitute only 3 to 4% of our 6.4 million kilometers of road network. Now these roads need to be upgraded through mechanized construction. And opportunities exist for tunnel building machines as tunnels at an estimated cost of $31 billion are planned over the next few years. In short, the Indian construction market is strong and expected to grow in double digits over the coming decades. Friends, finally, I would like to underline that the India-Germany relationship today is closer than ever. In May this year, we held the 6th intergovernmental consultation, a mechanism at which Prime Minister Modi met Chancellor Scholz. As India has entered the Amrit Kal, or a period during which 1.3 billion people of India work together for a rapid transformation of our country into a developed country, the relationship between Germany and India is firmly rooted in mutual trust, joint interest in serving the people of both countries, and shared values of democracy, rule of law, and human rights, and multilateral responses to global challenges. A month later, that is in June, Prime Minister was here in Bayern to attend the G7 summit at Schloss Elmau. Community interaction was held at Audi Dome in Munich, which was attended by thousands of Indian diaspora, the largest such event being held in continental Europe. While trade has increased 6 times in 2 decades of India-Germany strategic partnership, the coronavirus pandemic, contrary to traditional wisdom, brought us to do more with each other. And I had a discussion with Mr. Nath about this. The $25 billion landmark in bilateral trade was achieved in 2021. It is the highest than it has ever been. With the opening of travel since June, there have been many trade delegations seeking to scale up the trade, technology and innovation relationship. And it is great to see ICMR take the initiative in organizing this event along with the PMA. I am sure that Indian companies present here will take some ideas back from BAUMA about construction methods, materials of tomorrow, autonomous machines, sustainable and efficient, reliable mining, digital construction sites, and the way to zero emission, which are basically the topics we talked about at BAUMA. Now, sharing of best practices and thoughts would surely help back home. And we should seek to innovate and make technologies for tomorrow. Distinguished guests, the high energy prices, politicization of supply side dependencies, fears of economic recession, lays down an unambiguous rationale for a shift in supply chain among partners. Therefore, we should build new relationships of trust with people with whom we share common values. When you come to do business with us, when you invest in India, we embrace you. Here, I quote Honorable Prime Minister Modi at the inauguration of Bosch's Smart Campus in June 2022. 100 years ago, to quote, 100 years ago, Bosch came to India as a German company, but today it is as much Indian as it is German, unquote. Friends, India is a country where democratic ideals originated in the 6th century BC. It is the largest democracy in the world with nearly 1 billion registered voters. It is the fastest growing large economy of the world, expected to grow at nearly double digits over the next 25 years. We understand that it is not a given, neither do we have a sense of entitlement. Only a firm resolve that together we can build a stronger economic partnership with the world. One that is greener, a partnership which helps us eliminate our energy dependency and shift to solar, wind, hydro and other forms of renewable energy. A lot of the targets in renewable energy sector we've already achieved. The hydrogen excavator exhibited here shows the path towards the future. Friends, let's work to build an Atmanirbhar Bharat integrated with global supply chains, especially deepening our economic ties with our European partners. Let us join hands and build a sustainable future and create more jobs, wealth and prosperity for our two people. Thank you.